On a gorgeous Thursday afternoon here at West Perry High School, it is game 2 of the season for the West Perry Lady Softball Mustangs, and today is back-to-back Mid-Penn Colonial Division matchups for the Mustangs, this time against the Shippensburg Lady Greyhounds. Hello everyone watching on the West Perry Athletic Department YouTube channel. My name is Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of West Perry Athletics. This ought to be an entertaining ball game, because both these teams are off to a rough start to start the year, but somebody's got to win it here today. West Perry looking for their first win after a tough loss this past Tuesday, 48 hours ago, against the Big Spring Lady Bulldogs. So West Perry 0-1 to start the year, and 0-1 as well in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. The Mustangs losing 13-1 in 5 innings against Big Spring here at home this past Tuesday. For Shippensburg, they're coming into this game 1 win and 2 losses. The Lady Greyhounds started the year with a wild 17-14 victory at home against the Northeastern softball squad, but then losing back-to-back in their last 2 games, including in their second game last Thursday. They were on the road at Hempfield, and despite scoring 1 run against Hempfield, the Shippensburg Greyhounds lost via a no-hitter against Hempfield. Final score was 10-1. Hempfield pitcher with a no-hitter against Shippensburg a week ago from today. And Shippensburg in their last game, it was a tough one for them at home to start the Mid-Penn Colonial Division season, as the Greyhounds lost to the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils 48 hours ago at home. 6-3 was the final. Key player to keep an eye on for the Shippensburg Lady Greyhounds is Alexis Kinder. She leads the team in batting average and slugging percentage. She has a 700 batting average and a 900 slugging percentage. And while we're at it here, with the captain's meetings going on at home plate, we have the starting lineups for you. First, for the visiting Shippensburg Lady Greyhounds, leading off will be the center fielder, number 21, Lainey Gilbert. Batting second will be the catcher, number 2, Alexis Kittner. Batting third will be the third baseman, number 13, Olivia Lebitz. Batting fourth will be the first baseman, number 4, Riley Mullen. Batting fifth will be the right fielder, number 17, Katara Smith. Batting sixth will be the left fielder, number 20, Annalise Musser. Batting seventh is the designated player for the Greyhounds, number 1, Kayla Kirby. Batting 8th will be the shortstop, number 18, Tressa Triplett. And batting 9th will be the starting pitcher for Shippensburg, number 22, Kalia Sofferns. Kayla Kirby is the designated player for Shippensburg. She is batting 7th, and she'll be heading for the flex position, who will be the second baseman, number 22, Shelby Heberleg. Now, Shippensburg Lady Greyhounds is under the direction of head coach Jarrett Worthington, and we'll have the starting lineup for West Perry heading into the bottom of the first. But we do have the defensive alignment here, defense positions for West Perry. The starting pitcher will be number 5, Lauren Foster. Rylan Kelly will be behind the plate catching. The first baseman will be Addie Wiest. Second baseman will be Jaden Swarner. At third will be Lexi Nows. Shortstop is the senior Taylor Lufer. And out in the outfield and left, you have Maddie Jenkins. Center field is Celine Hoffman. And out in right field is Greer Bowles. And we'll be back to get things started here at West Perry High School. The Shippensburg Greyhounds will bat first, and it'll be West Perry versus Shippensburg in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division on a gorgeous Thursday afternoon. We'll be back to get things started here at West Perry. A gorgeous Thursday afternoon here. We are set for West Perry versus Shippensburg in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. And here come the Lady Mustangs. Thank you so much for tuning in on the West Perry Athletic Department YouTube channel. My name is Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of West Perry Athletics. West Perry 0-1 to start the year. This is their second home game in as many days, in as many games, I should say. This is the last varsity event for West Perry in the month of March. I know it's a very quick week in March, and it's amazing to believe that on Monday will be April Fool's Day, and we have a broadcast on Monday, the weather depending, of course, and weather is looking pretty good on Monday. We'll have the West Perry baseball home opener against James Buchanan on April Fool's Day. We're going to have some fun in that broadcast. Oh, you better believe it. We are going to have fun on April Fool's Day in that broadcast. So Lauren Foster is going to be getting the start in the pitching circle for the Lady Mustangs. She pitched a couple of innings in the loss against Big Spring. And here she is getting the start. Lauren Foster, the senior for West Perry. On Tuesday, she pitched 2 innings, facing 10 batters. No strikeouts, but she only gave up 1 hit in 2 innings of work. Addie Weist was the starter on Tuesday against Big Spring. And we are set and ready to go here at West Perry High School. West Perry versus Shippensburg. About to get started here. So here we go. Top of the lineup here for Shippensburg in the first inning. And it's going to be the center fielder, ranked number 21, Lainey Gilbert. And the first pitch from Lauren Foster is in for call strike 1, and we are underway here at West Perry High School. West Perry versus Shippensburg. That was a big struggle for Addie Weist on Tuesday with the first pitch strikes. But here Lauren Foster getting the first strike, and then ball 1 on the second pitch. Our umpires for today's game, calling balls and strikes behind the plate, is Daniel Kuster. And look to be a slider inside the zone, and that is ball 2. Calling up the bases for today's game is Mark Kimmel. Next pitch just catches the corner of the strike zone, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the Greyhounds leadoff hitter. Shippensburg looking to stop a 2-game losing streak. And there's a swing, and Derek gets away from the catcher, and that's going to be a strikeout, and reaching on base will be Lainey Gilbert. So a drop third strike puts Lainey Gilbert on at first base. So that's not an official out. And going over to first, Lainey Gilbert. The catcher for West Perry today is Rylan Kelly. And so up next here for Shippensburg is the Shippensburg catcher, number 2, Alexis Kittner. And she looks a high fastball for ball 1. Rylan Kelly also was the catcher on Tuesday, and a bunt signal there, and I think she tipped it, and it goes behind the plate. That is strike 1. We have a busy week coming up next week for West Perry baseball and softball. All starting on April 1st, next Monday. West Perry softball will have their first road game of the year at James Buchanan, which means West Perry baseball will have their home opener on Monday. April Fool's Day edition of West Perry baseball on the home opener against James Buchanan. Next pitch is swung on and line drive to Tara Lou for a throw to first, and was not in time. But yes, it was. Not much of a signal there, and it's an L6 free double play for 2 outs. Brilliant move there for Taylor Lufer. An easy play And now we're going to have a talk here. Mark Kimmel is the basis umpire, and Shippensburg head coach Jared Worthington is coming out to chat. And this could be interesting here. The umpires are getting together now to see if this call was right, and the call will still be an out. So upheld here. Believe it or not, in some states, I think New Jersey has this too. They have the equipment. If they have it, they can do replay. We don't have that here at West Perry. We can probably do replay, but we just don't have the equipment for that. And so here is Olivia Labitz now at 2 outs and nobody on, looking out ball 1 in the dirt. A great move for Taylor Lufer to get L6-3 double play. Here's a ground ball. It just gets foul. Down the third baseline, that will be strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Olivia Labitz, the third baseman for Shippensburg here in this game. West Perry kept Big Spring scoreless in the first inning despite having a runner in scoring position. And next pitch is way up high for ball 2. What looked to be early trouble for the Mustang defense. It went away on the double play. Here's a high fly ball. It's up. He's shallow. Taylor Lufer reaching for it, and it drops out there in left field, and that's going to be a base hit. First base hit of the game for the Shippensburg Greyhounds, and went to shallow left for a bloop single. So 2-out base runner here for the Greyhounds. Up next here is Riley Mullen. And a fastball. Man, bringing heat that time from Lauren Foster. It went way outside, however. She was probably looking for the corner of the strike zone. 1-0 pitch coming up here. And here's the swing. The eyes popped up. Tara Lufer's going to have an opportunity. She makes the grab, and the inning is over. Nothing doing after the 2-out base hit. And we are going into the bottom of the first. West Perry caught out the bat for the first time today. Scoreless heading into the bottom of the first. Ball in the first inning coming up here, and here is the starting lineup for the West Perry Lady Mustangs. Leading off will be the starting pitcher for West Perry, number 5, Lauren Foster. Batting second will be the senior shortstop, number 12, Taylor Lufer. Batting third is the catcher, number 8, Rylan Kelly. Fourth is the first baseman, number 18, Addie Wiest. Batting fifth will be the left fielder, number 15, Maddie Jenkins. Batting sixth will be the center fielder, number 6, Celine Hoffman. Batting seventh will be the right fielder, number 14, Greer Bowles. Batting eighth is the third baseman, number 1, Lexi Nouse. And batting ninth is the designated player for the Mustangs, number 9, Carly Scholl. Carly Scholl is the designated player, and she is hitting for the flex position, who is the second baseman, number 2, Jaden Swarner. Game time temperature here at West Prairie High School, 52 degrees. Here at game time, a few overcast skies here today. And what else can you expect out of West Prairie School District? It is windy here. Wind expected to go up to 12 miles per hour at some points, with wind gusts up to 30. So, yeah, it seems like a habit here at West Perry. Whenever we have a baseball or softball game, it's always windy here. And here's a rip for Lauren Foster, and that's going to go all the way to the fence, and that is going to be a base hit. Lauren Foster rips one out to left field, and we have a leadoff double for Lauren Foster. That ball was ripped, ladies and gentlemen. hits the fence for a leadoff double. So up next here is Taylor Lufer. Lauren Foster, very aggressive, first pitch swinging, and pays off with a leadoff double. And here's the first pitch to Taylor Lufer, the senior shortstop, and it's down low for ball one. Ever since West Perry moved to the Mid-Penn Canoeing Division, even before that, dating back to 2019, West Perry has a 7-game losing streak against the Greyhounds, and this ball is ripped down the third base line, base hit, and Lauren Foster routing second, and Lufer taking a risk and out at second, but a run comes across the score on what's going to be an RBI single. Taylor Lufer trying to advance to second on the throw, but she is tagged out at second, but a run does come across the score, and the Mustangs lead 1-0. That ball was ripped hard, and nice play out there by Annalise Musser. So Kyle advancing is Taylor Lufer for the first out. And up next here is Rylan Kelly, and she looks at a first pitch strike. The Mustangs with their first lead of the season. They never had the lead against Big Spring on Tuesday. So now here's Rylan Kelly. The next pitch swung on and missed, and that is strike two. Rylan Kelly reaching out of strike zone. The starting pitcher, by the way, for Shippensburg is Kalia Sovereigns. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. And looking for a slider outside the zone again. Identical pitch there from the last one. And it's 1-2. Laid off this time by Rylan Kelly. West Perry has never beaten Shippensburg as Mid-Penn Canoeing Division opponents. Here's a swing, and that's going to go out of play. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. A nice big crowd here today for West Perry versus Shippensburg. Shippensburg not a very long trip to be here at all. West Perry baseball continuing their season today at Shippensburg. They start at the same time as West Perry softball at 4:30. And next pitch, just barely down the first baseline, and it goes foul, just barely. Here comes the 1-2, and swinging outside the stone, but just getting the tip off the barrel off the bat. And still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good at bat here for Rylan Kelly, the freshman catcher for West Perry. Here's the next pitch, and swung off and foul tipped again. Not hung on by the Shippensburg catcher, Alexis Kittner. We could be in for a wild game. West Perry with a 1-0 lead already. Bases are empty here with 1 out. And here's a line drive, and that gets off the reach of third baseman. That's going to be a base hit. Good effort there for the third baseman, Olivia Lebedz, and that's going to be a base hit for Rylan Kelly. A 1-out single to keep the inning going. 2 hits already, actually 3 hits already for West Perry. Top 3 getting on base. Taylor Lufer was tagged out at second, trying to advance a single into a double. And here is Addie Wiest, sophomore, at first base today. She was the starting pitcher against Big Spring on Tuesday. And she looks at ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch just outside, and a throw to first. Rylan Kelly had a dive back, but she gets back safely, and it's 2-0 to Addie Wiest. West Perry Track and Field is having their home opener today. They are taking on Steelton High Spire today. Right down the road from us at Mustang Stadium. And here's a swing and a miss from Wiest. 2 balls and a strike. Hey, that's a good pitch to swing at. Good hitters count, 2-0. Might as well take a hack at one. Especially when you know it's going to be in the strike zone. And indeed it was. But Wiest just going over it. 2-1 pitch coming up here. And here's a swing line drive over the leaping ever of left base. That goes down the third base line. That's going to be a base hit. West Prairie's not going to take a risk. Ron and Kelly stopping at second. And 4 hits in a row now for the Mustangs. The Mustangs playing on a good hitting clinic right now. Here's Maddie Jenkins, the West Prairie left fielder. And she looks at a high fastball, 1-0 outside the strike zone. 4 straight base hits. The only mistake West Prairie had so far was Taylor Lufer trying to stretch out a double. And there's a swing and miss from Jenkins. 1 ball, 1 strike. Up next here is the 2-1 pitch. And another swing and a miss and count out even. It was 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Rylan Kelly at second, Addie Weist over at first. And here's a swing out towards second. Not handled well by the second baseman. Another run's going to come across the score, and now a throw over. The throw gets away from the third baseman. Luckily, it didn't go out of play for the Greyhounds, but another run comes across the score on what's going to be an RBI double for Maddie Jenkins, and it's 2-0 West Prairie. Addie Lee stopping at third. And now a timeout here for Shippensburg. Jarrett Worthington coming out. 5 batters, 5 hits, and 2 runs coming across the score with 2 more runners in scoring position. This is going very well for the West Prairie Lady Mustangs. West Prairie is under the direction of first-year head coach Denny Wansick. Wasn't much of a coaching debut on Tuesday, but today West Prairie firing on all cylinders, especially with 2 of these hits came with 2 strikes. So now here comes Celine Hoffman, the center fielder for West Prairie. And she has a very good RBI opportunity coming up. Maddie Jenkins at second. A swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Strike 1. Celine Hoffman struck out once and she walked in the loss against Big Spring. Here's the 0-1. He's going for a bunt here. Potential safety squeeze right there. And it goes out of bounds. It was tipped. And that is strike 2. So there goes the bunt situation. Because if you bunt and it goes foul, that's strike 3. So no balls and 2 strikes now to Celine Hoffman, a junior here at West Prairie, getting her first season as a starter for West Prairie. She was a pinch runner for a lot of games a year ago. Here she's getting a crack at the bat, and there's ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Celine Hoffman. And there's a swing and a miss outside the strike zone there, and that will be out number 2, a big out there, and that ends the streak of 5 consecutive base hits for the Mustangs. Big RBI opportunity wasted there by the Mustangs, but still they have another chance here with Greer Bowles. Greer Bowles, the right fielder for West Prairie. Greer Bowles had 1 of 4 base hits for West Prairie on Tuesday. And now here is a high fastball, 1-0, outside the strike zone. The Mustangs up 2-zip here in the first inning, a long first inning here. And there's a swing and a miss from Greer Bowles around the edge of the strike zone. Good pitch there from Kalia Sovereigns. The 1-1 and swing ground ball here over to second. Throw over to first in time, and that will end the inning. 7 batters come up for the West Prairie Mustangs, and a strikeout ground ball ends it for the Mustangs' first inning. But 2 runs come across the score, an RBI single for Taylor Lufer and an RBI double for Matty Jenkins. We'll be back for the second inning. West Prairie leads 2-0. You are watching West Prairie softball against the Shippensburg Lady Greyhounds, exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Department YouTube channel. We'll be back for the second inning. Back here now for the second inning. West Prairie 2 runs on 5 hits. 5 consecutive hits for the West Prairie Lady Mustangs, and then 2 quick outs on a strikeout and a ground out. Ends it in the first. But West Prairie with their first lead of the season. And it's 2-0 here. And coming up for Shippensburg is the bottom of the lineup. 8, 9, and then top with the 1 spot. 8, 9, and 1 coming up here for the Shippensburg Lady Greyhounds. Or I take that back. I'm looking at the other sheet here that I have here. And this is going to be 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up. And Katara Smith leading us off here in the top half of the second, swinging at the first pitch for strike 1. And there's a high slider, and it's 0-2 now. Katara Smith swinging just under it. Lauren Foster, a great athlete here. She was fantastic on the West Prairie field hockey team this past fall, and had a good year for West Prairie girls basketball during the winter. And now here she is, Lauren Foster, the senior. And 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Katara Smith. What a year it was for West Prairie field hockey, especially going to the state semifinals in the state tournament for the first time in program history. Before where they lost a tough one against Ole Fire. That ball gripped towards the third baseman, and it gets past the third baseman Lexi Nouse, and that's gonna be a base hit. Look like Lexi Nouse had played perfectly, and they just told me it's got to be ruled an E5, actually. So, Katara Smith reaches first on an error. And so, an error to start the second inning. And up next here is Annalise Musser. Annalise Musser here for the Lady Greyhounds out in left field. And she looks at her first pitch strike. 0-1 the count. West Prairie did not commit any errors. I mean, there was a couple of tough plays in the outfield against Big Spring, but they were ruled base hits. And here's a bunt, and that's going to go back behind the plate for strike 2. Shippensburg had 1 base hit. Lane Gilbert reached first on a strikeout, a draw first strike, to lead off the first inning, and left field left base had a 1-out base hit. And there is a strike, and that's a strikeout. Annalise Musser goes down looking for the first out. Here is Kayla Kirby now. I don't think the umpire knew that was strike 3. Not much of a strike 3 signal. And here's a ground ball to Taylor Lufer. Lufer not looking at second. She'll fire over to first. And now a risk here. And now that ball gets away and gets past the third baseman, and a run is going to come across the score. So this is going to be a 6-3, and then an error on the first baseman. Cuts the West Prairie lead in half. And a run comes across the score, and it's 2-1 now. And up next here is number 8 hitter, Tressa Triplett. The Shippensburg shortstop. Bases are empty now with 2 outs and a 2-1 score. 2 errors in this inning. Brings in a run for the Greyhounds, and there's ball 2 to Triplet. There's a rip, and nice snag there for Lexi Nows, and a throw over the first goes wild. That is the 3rd error of this inning, and it's going to be Tressa Triplet going over to second on an E5. Down the road. Here, I can open it for you. Route 4. So Route 4. Great, I just announced what kind of car I have on National Online YouTube. 3 errors, two of them on the third baseman, Lexi Nows. And we can see first-year head coach Denny Watson come over to the infield. 3 errors in this inning. And fortunately, it only leaves 1 run, but the tying run is on second base. And so up next here is Kalia Salverns, the number 9 hitter, and she looks at ball 1. West Prairie had a 2-0 lead after the first. And now Shippensburg are threatening to tie this one up. And Triplet thinking about going down for third. But nice catch there for Rylan Kelly behind the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Kalia Salverns, the Shippensburg starting pitcher. A pitching matchup here, and this ball is snagged by Nels, but in foul territory, and that's going to be strike 2. Tying run in second, 2 outs, 1-2. And this swung on, and it's in fair territory. Throw to first, not in time. And oh my goodness, Shippensburg fans are not going to be happy with this call. The basis umpire Mark Kimball saying that she was out at first, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. That retires the side. And Shippensburg is not arguing this call, and that will end it here. A 5-3 putout, or excuse me, 2-3 putout. No argument there. And keeps the score at 2-1, hanging the ball in second. Shippensburg fans are happy with that call out at first. But we're going to the bottom second now. 2-1 lead now for the Mustangs. Shippensburg fans not very happy with the call out of first base to end the top of the second. But 3 errors on the West Prairie Lady Mustangs in the top of the second only gives up 1 run. So it could have been worse. But West Prairie looking to extend their lead now. They got 2 in the first. And here we go with 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for the Lady Mustangs. And they'll be looking to produce more. Here is Lexi Nows. She committed 2 of those errors in the second inning. And she'll look to make up for them by getting on base here to lead off the bottom half of the second inning. And she swings at the first pitch and is fouled back for strike 1. It was a close play at first to end the second inning, but there was no argument from the Shippensburg coaching staff. So maybe it wasn't as close as we thought it was, and there is a call strike 2 to Lexi Nows. West Prairie did not commit any errors in the loss against Big Spring. They committed 3 of them in the second. And now here's a rip, and that goes foul. Still 0-2 to the West Prairie third baseman. Lexi Nows, a freshman for the West Prairie Lady Mustangs. And 0-2 here. And here's the next pitch, and laid off for ball 1. Kalia Sulphur's next pitch, the 1-2, and swung on and missed on the fastball, and that is strikeout number 2 for Sulphur's, and starts the bottom of the second inning. So here's Carly Scholl, the West Prairie designated player. Not very often, but you see a designated player, otherwise known as a designated hitter for baseball, but for softball it's called the designated player. And it's not very often that you see that position in the bottom of the lineup. And there's ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 and swing, and right back to Salvers in the pitching circle. An easy flip over to third, and they are very quickly 2 away here. And we are back to the top of the lineup now for the Lady Mustangs. Lauren Foster. She took the first pitch and made it a double to lead off the first inning. Will she be going for first pitch swinging here again? Here's the first pitch to Foster, and Foster laying off that time as ball 1 down low below the strike zone. There's the 1-0 and outside. Without questioning here, if Salvers, the pitcher for Shippensburg, is going around the strike zone, because when you have a leadoff hitter that swings at the first pitch and makes it extra bases, then you gotta be careful here. And that is a good strike right on the corner there, upper corner, outside corner of the strike zone. And it's 2-1 now to the West Prairie pitcher. The 2-1, and that's down low for ball 3. 3-1 here to the West Prairie leadoff hitter, Lauren Foster. Lauren Foster scored once against Big Spring on Tuesday. Went 0-2 in the game with a walk and a run scored. And that pitch is swung on and fouled back. It's a full count now. 3-2. This is the first full count the West Prairie batter has faced in this game. In fact, it's the first full count for any batter in either team to have a full count. 1-out, 3-2, and swing line drive. That's going to drop out in center field for a base hit. Lauren Foster now goes 2 for 2 with a double and a single. And the inning continues. So next here is Taylor Lufer. She gave the Mustangs the first run of the game, an RBI single out to left field for Taylor Lufer back in the first. And Lauren Foster thinking about going for a second, and she retreats back to first. No thrill, and strike 1 to Lufer, the West Prairie shortstop. The sun coming out here today. Didn't see a whole lot of sun on Tuesday, but the sun's shining bright here today. There goes Lauren Foster over to second, and a high throw, not going down in time for a Tressa triplet, and it's a stolen base for Lauren Foster. It's 1-1 here to Lufer. And swing and a miss. And that is strike 2. 2 strikes to the West Prairie senior shortstop. The 1-2 just misses and count even at 2-2. You see that a lot in softball when a catcher throws the ball as hard as they can to try to fool the runner at second, but most of the time it just goes back to the pitcher. The 2-2 swing and it's popped up and over the shortstop's head, and Lauren Foster rounding third. She is going to the plate, and a play at the plate, it gets away from the catcher, and it's going to be an RBI double for Taylor Lufer. Lufer 2 for 2 with a single, a double, and now 2 RBIs. Taylor Lufer a 2-2 count and results in an RBI double. The top of the lineup being effective for the West Prairie Mustangs. Here is Ron Kelly now, and she swings and misses after first pitch, and strike 1. West Prairie Track and Field having their home opener today against Steelton High Spire. And there is ball 1 to the West Prairie catcher. Ron Kelly had a base hit and later scored in the first inning. Runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. And here's a swing, and that goes foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ron Kelly facing the same count that she got a base hit on. 1 ball, 2 strikes, just like the first inning. And the 1-2 swing and a miss. That is strike 3. The side is retired, and the Mustangs get 1 more on an RBI double from Taylor Lufer. And it's 3-1 after 2. You are watching West Prairie Softball against the Shippensburg Greyhounds exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Party YouTube channel. We'll be back for the 3rd inning here at West Prairie High School. West Prairie Mustangs 3-1 the score heading into the 3rd inning here at West Prairie. And at the top of the lineup, due up for the Shippensburg Lady Greyhounds. West Prairie definitely wanting to do better defensively here in this inning after giving up 3 errors in the 2nd inning. But fortunately for West Prairie, it only amounted to 1 run, and it was unearned. So here we go. This is Lainey Gilbert, and she swings at the first pitch for strike 1. Lainey Gilbert went down on strikes to lead off the game, but then going over to first after 3rd strike was dropped. And here's a rip to Taylor Lufer. Lufer firing over to Addie Weist at first, and there's a quick out number 1. Taylor Lufer, perhaps one, pro- probably the best defender on the West Prairie team. But we have several good defenders here for West Prairie. And here is Alexis Kittner. Kittner leads the team in batting average and slugging percentage through 3 games. And she went down on a line drive that resulted in a double play. And here's a rip, and that's going to be a base hit for Kittner. Celine Hoffman able to slide down and stop it from going to the fence, but it would not matter anyway, and it's going to be a 1-out double here for Alexis Kittner. Good stop there for Celine Hoffman to make sure that doesn't go any further. If it did go all the way to the fence, it probably would have been a triple for Alexis Kittner, or maybe an inside the park home run. Celine Hoffman looks like she was favoring the knee a little bit, but no help needed. And now here's a blooper, and this is going to score a run. It is a base hit for Olivia Labetz, and run going to come across the score. It is now 3-2 for the West Prairie Mustangs. An RBI single for Olivia Labetz. Labetz now 2 for 2 with an RBI. And there's got to be a strike. This is Raleigh Mullen. And next pitch is hit hard. Rebound nicely by Nowis, getting the lead runner at second. A nice play there for Lexi Nowis at third. And it's got to be a fielder's choice for Raleigh Mullen. Probably could have had a chance. Double play, but no throw attempted there by the second baseman, Jaden Swarner. So 2 outs now with the runner on first. Here's Katara Smith. She reached on an error and scored, but she swings to the first pitch, popped up and caught by Taylor Lufer, and that will end the inning. Another run comes across the score. A much better defensive inning there for the Lady Mustangs. But one more run comes across the score. A quick third inning. And we are going to the bottom of the third. West Prairie now leads 3-2. We have a good one here at West Prairie High School. Bottom of the third inning. 3-2 the score for the West Prairie Lady Mustangs. Shippensburg getting 1 run in the second and third inning to keep this game close. As 4, 5, and 6 hitters, the heart of the lineup due up for the Mustangs for the bottom of the third inning. Here's Addie Weiss, first baseman for West Prairie. And she had a base hit in the first. And here she rips at the first pitch and it's popped up and just foul down the third baseline. And strike 1. Man, that was close. It looked close from up here. But it's a foul ball. Strike 1 to Addie Weiss. West Prairie came out firing in the first inning. The top 5 hitters getting a base hit for 2 runs. And here is, nice pitch there, but just missing the strike zone for ball 1. Major League Baseball opening day. And we just saw that Mike Trout for the Angels got the first home run in the Major League Baseball season. And here's a high fly ball out to right field. And that is the first out. Up next here is Maddie Jenkins. Right now it's a good time for a West Prairie Athletic Pirate Trivia question up the game. And here's today's question. It falls to Shippensburg Greyhounds. How many times has Shippensburg faced a Perry County softball team in the District 3 playoffs? How many times has the Shippensburg Greyhounds faced a team out of Perry County in the District 3 playoffs? We'll have that answer for you coming up in the next inning. Here's a strike one here to Maddie Jenkins. Jenkins made it 2-0 on an RBI double in the first inning. And here's a pitch down low in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike here to the West Prairie left fielder. Here's the next pitch, and this ball is hit high, but well foul for strike 2. Kalia Salfers has 3 strikeouts here in this game. She is looking for number 4 right here. Here's the next pitch, and that is fouled away. Still 1-2. West Prairie baseball started their season on Tuesday at Big Spring. It was a tough one as the Mustangs started the year with a tough 3-2 loss at Big Spring on Tuesday. And West Prairie baseball is at Shippensburg for Game 2 of the season. West Prairie baseball will be our next broadcast, the home opener on Monday, April 1st, when West Prairie baseball hosts the James Buchanan Rockets on April Fool's Day. We're going to have a fun broadcast there. There's a swing and a miss by Maddie Jenkins. That's strike 3, and there are 2 outs now here in the third. Strikeout number 4 already for Kalia Soffers. And here's Celine Hoffman. She went down on strike swinging for out number 2 in the first. Celine Hoffman showing us that's a bunt, and she gets it down, but it goes down foul. Celine Hoffman, the center fielder, she has big time speed. And Celine Hoffman hesitating to go back to the plate, and Denny Wansick down Celine, that was foul. It seems to be some confusion here, but I don't know why Celine Hoffman hesitated there at going back to the plate. It was foul, so strike 1 here. Celine Hoffman, she probably thought she had a base hit. There's the next pitch, and there's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Wind's starting to pick up here. It's starting to blow. Even the camera almost went down. Now I gotta hang on to the camera as the wind is really starting to pick up here. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch, and that is outside for ball 1. The wind really starting to blow here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Lane Hoffman goes down on strikes for the second time, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Mustangs go down in order. Now we are going into the 4th inning, still 3-2 for the Lady Mustangs. You are watching West Prairie softball against the Shippensburg Lady Greyhounds, exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Partner YouTube channel. We'll be back for the 4th inning on a windy Thursday here at West Prairie High School. We are back here for fourth inning, and this wind has not let up. It is really windy here. We got a huge gust of wind going through, so I'm holding on to the camera for dear life here. And here we go with the fourth inning here at West Perry. Tell you what, like I said, it's not fun sometimes when you're a one-man band like I am. I'm keeping the stats. I'm doing the commentary, doing the camera here, and it's 2-0 here to Annalise Musser. And there's the next pitch, and that's ball 3. 3-0 the count here. Here's the next pitch, and oh, that looked like out the strike zone from here, but it's a called strike from the home plate umpire. And there's the inside pitch. That is ball 4, and it's a leadoff walk here for the Greyhounds. So up next here is Kayla Kirby, the Shippensburg designated player. Ground out to shortstop, her first time up back in the second inning. Fourth inning, and showing a bunt and missing, and it's a called strike. There's bunt and pulls it back that time, and that's ball 1. There's a swing and a miss from Kirby. And that's strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2 inside, and that is ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Shippensburg designated player. Runner on first after a leadoff walk. Next pitch, curveball, just missing, and it's a full count, 3-2. That was a nice curve. Nice curveball there for Lauren Foster. Here comes the 3-2. Swing, and that's got to be fair. Lauren Foster scoops out, flips over to first, and that is going to be a ground out, and Annalise Musser goes over to second on the ground out. 1 out here, and the tying run is in scoring position. Here comes Tressa Triplett. She went over to second on an error. So she's 0 for 1 so far. And there's a swing. It gets past the catcher, Kelly. And on a wild pitch, Annalise Musser goes over to third. Have you ever thought of becoming a PIAA official? You ever thought of becoming an umpire for softball or baseball? Now's your opportunity. Go to PIAA.org to find out how you can become a PIAA official. Again, that is PIAA.org. Here's swing, popped up. And this is going to be caught by the third baseman, Nouse. And that is a big out, number 2. Here comes the number 9 hitter, Kalia Salverns, the pitcher for Shippensburg, with the tying run at third base. There's a swing, grounded by the second baseman, flip ball to first, and the side is retired. Nothing doing after a leadoff walk. And 4-3 to put out. Nice job there for Chita Swarner. And we are going to the bottom of the fourth. West Perry still leads 3-2. the Lady Greyhounds from Shippensburg had an opportunity to tie the game with a tying run in on third base. But then 3 straight outs, 2 ground outs, and a pop out keeps the score where it is. 3-2 lead for the Lady Mustangs heading into the bottom of the 4th. It's the bottom of the lineup. 7, 8, and 9 hitters stood up for the Lady Mustangs. Here comes Greer Bowles. She ended the first inning on a ground out to second base. So Greer Bowles is going to do something here, and she swings at the first pitch and misses for strike 1. Remember what's at stake here. I know it's very early in the season. It's only the second game for West Perry this season. But West Perry has never defeated the Shippensburg Greyhounds as Mid-Penn Colonial Division opponents. And Greer Bowles is grounded out to second base for the second time in as many plate appearances. And that will start the bottom of the 4th inning. West Perry, currently dating back to 2019, has a 7-game losing streak against the Shippensburg Lady Greyhounds. There has been a couple of close games in that 7-game stretch. The closest being a 3-2 loss against Shippensburg back in 2019. That was just one of 4 losses for West Perry that year when they won their first state championship in program history. Strike 1 here to Lexi now. She struck out swinging to lead off the second. And there is ball 1. This would be a huge momentum booster for West Perry if they can find a way to get a win here today. Especially so early in the season. Here's a swing and a miss from Nouse. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 to Lexi Nouse is down low for ball 2. Once again, we want to thank everyone at home for tuning in on the West Perry Athletic Party YouTube channel. My name is Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of West Perry Athletics. And here comes the 2-2. Swing is hit high in the air, and the wind is going to push it back out of play. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to the West Perry third baseman. No update for West Perry Baseball right now. West Perry Baseball having their second game of the year at Shippensburg. And here's the next pitch, and it's a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 3-2. Swing, and that is hit high in the air, and that is going to get foul. Still full count, 3-2. Carly Scholl is on deck for the Lady Mustangs. It really is a gorgeous day here at West Perry. The temperature is staying pretty at 52 degrees. Hey, it could be better, but the sun is out. It feels good out here. And of course, it's windy. It's always windy here at West Perry. 3-2 is swung on and missed. Lexi Nouse goes down on strikes for the second time. And there's the second out. That's now 6 straight retired. And that's 4 strikeouts in the last 6 batters. Here comes Carly Scholl, the designated player, the number 9 hole hitter, and she swings that first pitch, grounded by the third baseman, a long throw to first in plenty of time, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for the Shippensburg defense. That's 7 straight retired by the Shippensburg defense. We are going to inning number 5, still 3-2 for the Lady Mustangs. We have a good game here at West Prairie High School. 3-2 lead for our Lady Mustangs. The Greyhounds has had opportunities to get back in this game and perhaps take the lead at some points. But the West Prairie defense coming off big, especially after the second inning where they gave up 3 errors, but fortunately only gave up 1 run. So it's a 3-2 lead heading into 5th inning, and it's back to the top of the lineup for the Greyhounds. Here's Lainey Gilbert, 0 for 2 so far, with a strikeout and a groundout, but she reached first base on the strikeout back in the first, and she was showing a bunt there, and it goes out of play for strike 1. What a good game we have here. Lauren Foster doing very well. Out of those 2 runs, only one of them was earned. And there's ball 1. Really, it should be 3-1, but hey, what can you do? That's part of the game. Here comes the 1-1 to Gilbert, and she swings, and this will go out to center field for a leadoff base hit. Lainey Gilbert now 1 for 3 with a leadoff single. And now, here comes Denny Wansick, the first-year head coach for West Prairie. And this might do it here for Lauren Foster, and it is. Lauren Foster is immediately exchanged the ball over to Addie Weiss. It looks like she's going to take over. We have a pitching change here in the 5th inning. West Prairie leads 3-2, tie run over at first. New pitcher here. We have a couple of defensive changes here for the West Prairie Lady Mustangs. As Amber Crone is now going to be out in right field. Greer Ball is now at first. Lauren Foster is over at third base. And Addie Weiss now coming in. And 1-0 on a wild pitch. And here's a swing line drive. That's got to get well foul. Alexis Kintner up to bat, 1 ball, 1 strike. Lainey Gilbert right over to second on a wild pitch. So the tying run is now at second base with nobody out. Alexis Kintner swings at the next pitch, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Alexis Kintner, she's been hitting the ball well. She had a double and later scored in the 3rd inning. And she lined out to shortstop for a double play back in the 1st. The next pitch, and that is called on the far corner of the strike zone. And Addie Weiss gets the first out via strikeout looking. Lauren Foster now over at third base, pitching 4 innings, facing 19 batters. Had 1 strikeout, 1 walk, gave up 4 hits. Line drive, Taylor Looper almost had a play over at second, and Lainey Gilbert able to get back in time, and L6 for for the second out, Olivia Labitz down on a line out. Olivia Labitz was 2 for 2 before with an RBI. Here's Riley Mullen now. And the first pitch gets away. And on a wild pitch, Lainey Gilbert now goes over to third. It's ball 1 to Riley Mullen, the first baseman for Shippensburg. 0 for 2. She reached on a fielder's choice her last time up. And there she looks at strike 1. Some of these Shippensburg fans started to get a little frustrated with the calling behind the plate from Daniel Kuster, the home plate umpire. Looked to be a high fastball. And there's the check swing, and it's called strike anyway. Daniel Kuster likes to call the high strikes. And it's now 1-2. Hey, every umpire if I ever seen has a different strategy when it comes to the strike zones. Daniel Kuster apparently has a big strike zone. Here comes the 1-2, and that is way up high that time. Some Shippensburg fans right next to me here saying, call that a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Tying run is at third base in Lainey Gilbert. The 2-2 swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout, and that will end the inning. For the second consecutive inning, the Shippensburg Greyhounds leave a tying run at third base. And we are going into the bottom of the 5th, still 3-2 for the Mustangs. New pitcher coming up here for the Shippensburg Lady Greyhounds. Here is Riley Mullen. Riley Mullen coming from first base to pitch. And Kalia Sulfur is now over at first base. And it's now a pitching matchup here for West Prairie against Shippensburg. And it's the top of the lineup due up for the Lady Mustangs. Here is Lauren Foster. And she looks at strike 1. This is kind of a surprising move actually for Shippensburg because Kalia Salvers was amazing pitching for Shippensburg. She set down 7 in a row before Riley Mullins came in to pitch. So now the next pitch is up high for ball 2. So here's Lauren Foster, 2 for 2. 2 base hits, a stolen base, and she scored twice. And inside pitch, and that's outside for ball 3. Oh, my mistake. 2 balls and 1 strike. I was right. 3 balls and a strike. And here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and popped up. And it's got to be caught by the third baseman, Kayla Kirby, who is now over at third base. And that is the first out. First time Lauren Foster has been set down. Here comes Taylor Lufer now. She's 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, a single and a double. She got a double her last time out. Inside part of the plate, and it's called strike 1. A couple fans came up to me during the in-between innings session here in the last half inning and saying that the umpire has a big strike zone, and I agree. Daniel Kuster with a big strike zone. And here's the ground ball here at cross play of first, and it's in time. 6-3 put out. It was close, but that's a good call by Mark Kibble, the bases umpire. And very quickly, 2 away. That's now 9 in a row set down by the Shippensburg Greyhounds. Here's Rylan Kelly now. 1 for 2. She struck out swinging in her last at-bat to end the second inning. And there's a high fastball, and it just misses the strike zone. Ball 1 to the West Prairie catcher. We have a good game here, ladies and gentlemen. 3-2 in the bottom of the 5th. And the next pitch, inside part of the plate again. This is ball 2. Two and 0 the count to Rylan Kelly, the West Perry catcher. The 2-0 down low, and that's in for strike 1. Some dark sky is about to roll in here, but according to our friends over at the ABC 27 Weather Center, there should not be any rain here today. And there's call strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases are empty here in the bottom of the 5th. West Prairie looking for their first hit since Taylor Lufer back in the second inning. Now looking for their first base runner even. And here's a rip down the first base line. That's a fair ball called by the home plate umpire. And West Prairie finally gets a hit. And it's a 2-out double for Rylan Kelly. Kelly now 2 for 3 in the game. So a 2-out double keeps the inning going. And here's Addie Weist. A good RBI opportunity now. She's 1 for 2. She flew out to right field her last time up. Addie Weist, the new pitcher for West Perry, looking to help her own cause. And here's the first pitch. Inside, strike 1. There's a swing and a miss. That was tipped. And strike 2. Rylan Kelly at second. 2 outs. No balls. 2 strikes here to Addie Weist. Big pitch coming up here for Riley Mullen. And here it is. 0-2 up high for ball 1. That's a good waste pitch there for Riley Mullen. Trying to see if Addie Weist will go after that high fastball, but good take. The 1-2. Up high again. Ball 2. Good at bat here now for Addie Weist. Facing 0-2 and now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the wind's starting to pick up again here at West Perry High School. The 2-2 from Mullen. Up high again. 3-2 now. 3 straight fastballs up in the strike zone. Perhaps a high fastball might not be working here. The full count. And this is going to be grounded. And Mullins staying put at second, and the ball goes down, and it gets away from the first baseman. Kelly grounded the home plate, and the throw was in time, but it was kicked off for glove, and the runner is safe. It's an E5, and it brings in a run. It is now 4-2, and Adelis goes over to second on the error. A big error gives a big run for the West Prairie Lady Mustangs. The throw to the plate was well in time, and it looked like the Shippensburg catcher had a play, but a nice job there for Ron and Kelly to slide and knock the ball off of the catcher's hand. The Shippensburg catcher, that was a catcher versus catcher moment. Ron and Kelly sliding into the plate to get the ball away from Alexis Kittner at the plate. So now 4-2, a big run there. And a pinch runner here for Addie West as Haley Prowell now running at second base. Here's Maddie Jenkins now. 1 for 2. She struck out swinging her last time up, but she had an RBI double back in the first. And here's ball one. There's the next pitch, and that's in for strike one. In the West Prairie versus Big Spring game on Tuesday, went a lot faster. I mean, not just because it only lasted 5 innings, but there was a lot of first pitch swinging in that game. That's a lot of outs, a lot of base hits. Big Spring had 13 base hits in a win against West Prairie on Tuesday. 1 ball and 2 strikes now after Jenkins fouls off the last pitch. An error brings in a run. And now 2 outs, 1-2 count here to Jenkins. Mullins with the 1-2 inside. And a good grab there for Alexis Kittner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second, and Haley Prowell. Next pitch, and in on the corner for strike 3 called. And the inning is over, but an error brings in a run to make it 4-2 after 5 for the Lady Mustangs. You are watching West Prairie softball against the Shippensburg Greyhounds, exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Department YouTube channel. We'll be back for inning number 6. West Prairie leads 4-2. Top half of inning number 6 coming up now. A big error in the bottom of the 5th makes it 4-2 for the West Prairie Lady Mustangs. Now remember what's at stake here, ladies and gentlemen. West Prairie is looking for their first win against the Shippensburg Lady Greyhounds as Mid-Penn Colonial Division opponents. West Prairie moved to the division back in 2020. And now, here we go with Shippensburg. 5, 6, and 7 hitters. This is Katara Smith. And first pitch ball from Addie Weist. And here's a swing and a miss for strike one. Addie Weist, a sophomore, a year ago as a freshman, she had some close games just like this one, and a couple of times the opposing team were able to walk it off or get the lead late in the game. So if you're Addie Weist, you cannot let that get to you here against a tough Shippensburg team. 1-2 the record so far for Shippensburg to start the year. And there's a swing and a miss from Katara Smith. And that's the first out of the top half of inning number 6. That's strikeout number 3 already for Addie Weist. And here is Annalise Musser. She walked back in the 4th inning and was stranded at 3rd. Here is ball 1. The 1-0 pitch coming up from Weist. And that's in for call, strike 1. West Prairie's next game will be their first road game of the year on Monday, April 1st, where they'll go to Mercersburg to take on the James Buchanan Rockets. Here's a rip and out to right field. That's going to be a base hit. Now first for Annalise Musser, now 1 for 2 with a base hit. For Shippensburg, in their last 2 innings, they have left a runner at 3rd base. It could have been a time run, and now it looks like we are going to have a pinch hitter coming up here for Shippensburg as Jared Worthington comes out. And we can't see who the pinch hitter is here for Shippensburg. And once we get confirmation of the pinch hitter, bunt single, and now that's going to go foul. So now we have confirmation. It's number 25. This is Shelby Hepperleg. So Shelby Hepperleg trying to get the squeeze on, and bunt goes foul, and she goes for it again, and what was that? No signal for the umpire. Oh, it was a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Shelby Hepperleg. Runner on first with 1 out, and Hepperleg showing up on again and pulls it back for ball 2. Here's the next pitch, and swing out that time, and count even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes for the pinch hitter Shelby Hepperleg. Shelby Hepperleg was the flex player, and she is at second base, so the second baseman getting her first at bat here. And that ball hits the back heel of Shelby Hepperleg. It's a hit by pitch. And Annalise Musser goes over to second. So now a runner in scoring position with only 1 out. And here comes Tressa Triplett. 0 for 2. She reached first on error back in the 2nd inning. And she popped out to 3rd base her last time out back in the 4th. And strike 1 to Triplett. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in on the West Prairie Athletic Department YouTube channel. And here's the next pitch, and that's fouled away. No balls and 2 strikes now. I am Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of West Prairie Athletics. In the next half inning, we'll have our answer to our West Prairie Athletics part of the trivia question of the game. And this pitch is swung on and fouled back. Still 0-2 to Triplett. Once again, your trivia question today is how many times has the Shippensburg Lady Greyhounds faced a team out of Perry County in the District 3 softball playoffs. Answer coming up in the next half inning. Swing and a miss at the high fastball for Tressa Triplett. And that is a big out, number 2. This has been a problem for Shippensburg here today. Runners in scoring position and not cashing in. So here comes Kalia Salvers. And that ball goes off the glove of Rowland County, and both runners will advance on what's going to be rolled a wild pitch. Two runners in scoring position. The tying runs are at second and third base. There's a swing. Grabbed by the second baseman, Swarner. Flip over to first, and Shippensburg once again not cashing in with runners in scoring position. 4-3 to put out Kalia Salverns. 0 for 3 now, and we are going into the bottom half of inning number 6. West Perry looking for some insurance runs. Coming up 4-2 are the Mustangs. We have a potential upset here in the making, ladies and gentlemen, because we remember we talked about this on Tuesday. The Penn Live Colonial Fishing predictions were released, a preseason polls, and Shippensburg was expected to finish second, tied second with the Greencastle Rancho Blue Devils in the division. Northwood, of course, the defending 5A state champions, expected to finish first in the Colonial Division, and West Perry is expected to finish 7th in the division, only ahead of James Buchanan. So now West Perry looking for a potential upset here, up by 2, and the Mustangs are looking for some insurance runs as the wind is starting to pick up here. And this is Celine Hoffman laying us off here in the bottom half of inning number 6. And Celine Hoffman laying off that high fastball, 2-0 already to the West Perry center fielder. The Greyhounds has had runners in scoring position in each of the last 3 innings and not cashing in. And there is a call, strike 1 to Hoffman. 2 balls and a strike now. Final line score for Kalia Salvers, the starting pitcher, 4 innings pitched, facing 18 batters, gave up 7 hits, didn't walk anybody, but gave up 3 earned runs. And inside part of the plate is inside, 2 inside for ball 3. Riley Mullen gave up 1 run, but it was unearned. And there is strike 2. It's a full count now to Celine Hoffman, the junior center fielder. The 3-2. Inside, ball 4. It's tagged out. No, I was going to say, I don't know what's going on down there. It's ball 4 for Celine Hoffman. And West Perry Mustangs have a leadoff base runner for the first time since the first inning. That's big there. West Perry looking for some insurance runs. And now here comes Greer Bowles. 0 for 2. She grounded out to second base twice. (4-2) our score. And the Mustangs are 3 outs away from getting a huge win over Shippensburg. Great ball shot bunt and goes right to balls, and it made contact there. And that is strike one. If that would have hit balls, it would have been a strike anyway, but the ball hit the bat. So 0-1 here to now the West Prairie first baseman. She was out in right field. Now she is over at first. And there's a high fastball and strike two. West Prairie fans now starting to get frustrated with the strike zone. A high fastball. I'll tell you what, this umpire has a big strike zone. 0-2 now. Swing, hit hard, but down the first base line, foul. Still 0-2. Danielle Kuster, the home plate umpire for today's game, with one of the biggest strike zones I've ever seen. Hey, that just makes this game more fun, right? A lot more strikeouts. And speaking of strikeouts, there is one. Call for strike. And there's the first out. You gotta be careful over at first base. Lane Hoffman has some speed. And now here's Lexi Nouse, 0 for 2, and she is struck out twice. We have a good one here. 4-2, and going down for a bonus, Lexi Nouse, and foul ball. Nice job there for Shelby Hepperlake to let that ball roll foul. And that's strike one. Hey, that's not a bad idea at all to get the runner into scoring position. Even if you risk out number 2, you still have a runner in scoring position, which is what West Prairie needs. 0-1 now to Lexi Nowes. Here's the next pitch, and that's in the dirt for ball 1. And now that ball is dropped, and Hoffman taking a risk, signing it to second. And that was actually not Celine Hoffman. That was Marty Morrison pinch running. And Marty Morrison is out trying to steal second. It is 1 ball, 1 strike, however, to Lexi Nouse. Marty Morrison, she won a state medal in the first ever PIAA Girls Wrestling Championships this past winter. Just a couple weeks ago, actually. 1 ball, 2 strikes here in Lexi Nouse. A big inning here for the Mustangs. The number 8 hitter, West Prairie's Lexi Nouse. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. Lexi Nouse down on strikes for the 3rd time, and the inning is over. We are going to the 7th inning. Last chance coming up here for the Shippensburg Greyhounds. They need 2 to potentially keep this game going. We'll be back for an exciting 7th inning. West Prairie up by 2. Do not go anywhere. We have an exciting finish coming up here at West Prairie High School. Last chance coming up here for the Shippensburg Lady Greyhounds. And it's the top of the lineup for Shippensburg. Here is Lainey Gilbert. She had a base hit to lead off the 5th inning. And now here she is facing Addie Weiss, and there's a call, strike 1. It's very early in the season. I mean, it's only the 2nd game of the year for the West Prairie Lady Mustangs. But they are looking for a huge win, and Lainey Gilbert rips one. This is going to be trouble, and goes all the way to the fence. Shippensburg's got to have big leadoff base runner. And it's a leadoff double for Lainey Gilbert. Her second hit, now making her 2 for 4. That ball was crushed, ladies and gentlemen. Luckily, it was a home run, but now the tying run is coming to the plate. Here is Alexis Kittner. 1 for 3. She had a leadoff. She had a double back in the second. Here's a ground ball knocked down by Swarner, able to make the throw in time, and that is out number 1. Lainey Gilbert goes over to third base. One run is going to be good for Shippensburg, but it won't be enough. They need 2. So now, here comes Olivia Labitz. Olivia Labitz, 2 for 3, 2 base hits, and an RBI for the Shippensburg third baseman. And she looks at a high fastball, ball 1. A big runner at third base, but the Lady Greyhounds need 2 to keep this game going. And there is ball 2. We have seen this a couple of times a year ago from Addie Weiss, having a lead similar to this into the same thing, and then the away team would win. And now here is strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. For Addie Weiss, you got a 2-run lead, but don't worry about that run on third. If she scores, that's fine, because you're up by 1. You have 1 out already. And now a 2-2 count to Olivia Labitz. A big pitch coming up here. Addie Weiss, 2-2. And outside, it's a full count. One thing you definitely do not want to do if you're the West Prairie Mustangs, do not get the tying run on base. The tying run is at the plate. The 3-2. Down low, ball 4. The tying runs are now on base, on the corners, first and third with 1 out. Here comes Riley Mullen, the new pitcher for Shippensburg. 0 for 3 so far. She struck out swinging to end the 5th inning. She reached on a fielder's choice back in the 3rd. And she's showing a bunt. Throw over to second, and that is an out number 2. A run comes across the score, but at what cost? It is a stolen base for a run, so it's now a 1-run game, and the runner is out at second. Olivia Labitz caught stealing second. And so now you start over. It's a 1-run game now. It's 4-3 with 2 outs. Riley Mullins with 1 strike. Riley Mullins 0-1. Swing and a miss, and now the Greyhounds are down to their final strike. Yeah, the West Prairie Lady Mustangs, they did not even worry about the runner scoring from third to get the runner out at second. The last strike, and eye up in the air, and that is going to drop, and the tying run is now going to be on base. It drops in front of Amber Crone, and it's a 2-out single for Riley Mullen. And now the go-ahead run is coming out to the plate. It's Katara Smith. Katara Smith, 0 for 3, reached on an error and scored back in the 2nd. And she struck out swinging her last time out. She faces ball 1. Pressure is on now for the West Prairie Lady Mustangs. Tying run at first. 2 outs. The 1-0 way inside for ball 2. You see Denny Wansick in motion, walking, pacing back and forth outside the West Prairie dugout. First year head coach and a nerve wreck right now. Here's a high ball, Amber Crone, and falls short of the ball again. And it's going to be a base hit. And now Riley Mullen goes all the way to third. And the tying run is now 90 feet away. And back-to-back base hits. A good Harris count, hit well by Katara Smith for her first base hit. Now here's Annalise Musser. Musser high in the air. It's going to be deep and drops. We have a tie ball game. Shippensburg, 3 straight hits. The throw gets away, and Shippensburg takes the lead. A 2-run double swinging on a first pitch for Annalise Musser. And the Greyhounds have taken a 4-3 lead. A 5-4 lead with 2 outs. And now Denny Wanchik is going to come out. What an inning. What a game here we have here, ladies and gentlemen. 2 runs, 3 runs in this inning, and all with 2 outs. 3 runs for the Shippensburg Greyhounds, a big 2-out rally. So we will have a bottom of the 7th inning coming up, and Shippensburg takes the lead for the first time in this game. What a game here, ladies and gentlemen. We knew it wasn't going to be easy, but now Shippensburg hanging to the 7th inning was down by 2, and now they have a 5-4 lead. And here comes Shelby Heberlake. She was hit by a pitch, so no official at bat for her, and she swings at the first pitch. A big insurance run now over at second base. And now here's a swing. Grabbed by Jaden Swarner. Swarner is scooped there at first. Nice job for Greer Post to hang on to it. But the damage has been done. 3 runs in the 7th inning gives the Shippensburg Greyhounds a 5-4 lead. Now the Mustangs will have their last chance to get back in this game, only down by 1. But they haven't scored since the 2nd inning. We'll find out what happens here in the 7th inning. Don't go anywhere. Ball in the 7th coming up. If you are just tuning in, you're lucky because we didn't think we would be here in the bottom of the 7th, but now we are. West Perry had a 2-run lead heading into the 7th inning, and then the Shippensburg Greyhounds scoring 3 runs in the top of the 7th to take a 5-4 lead here in the thriller in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. And it's 9-1-2 hitters stood up for the West Perry Lady Mustangs, down by a run. It is still anybody's game here, ladies and gentlemen. 5-4, Carly Shaw, the designated player, 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts as the West Prairie designated player. And Ronnie Mullen looking for a big win, and she swings her first pitch, foul tip into the catcher's glove for strike 1. Coming up on the West Prairie Athletic Department post-game report. We'll have all the final stats for you, our West Prairie Athletic Department player of the game, and updated records and what's next for both teams. Only 1 pitch was fouled off by Carly Shaw, now 0-2 to the West Prairie designated player. Leadoff hitter, the number 9 hitter, to lead off the bottom of the 7th, down by a run. The 0-2, check swing, up high, ball 1. what seemed like hope was lost for the Shippensburg Greyhounds, they came back. And up by a run, but there is still work to do. The 1-2 inside corner, strike 3 called. And that's now 3 straight strikeouts for Riley Mullen heading into the top of the lineup. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes Lauren Foster. She scored twice in this game, back in the 1st and 2nd inning. West Prairie did have a run score in the 5th inning to make it 4-2. And a swing and a miss from Lauren Foster for strike 1. Foster, senior, started this game as the starting pitcher, and there is strike 2. The 0-2 to Lauren Foster is hit high and deep out to center field, and it's going to be caught by the center fielder, Lainey Gilbert, and the Mustangs are now down to their final out. Sun now really starting to shine bright here, getting underneath the clouds, and that's going to make things interesting here for Taylor Lufer. Last chance here for the Mustangs, down by a run. Lufer, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, a single and a double. She ground out to shortstop her last time up, and inside part of the plate for ball 1. Man, that sun feels good, I'll tell you what. It's really bright now here at West Perry. 1-0. Riley Mullen looking to end it here. And swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 ball and a strike to the senior shortstop, Taylor Lufer. The 1-1, swing, grounder, foul, and the Mustangs are down to their final strike. What a thriller here in the Mid-Penn Conference Colonial Division. Taylor Lufer down to their final strike. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch coming up from Riley Mullen. The 1-2. Swing, line drive, and that's going to be a base hit. Out to center field, Taylor Lufer with her 3rd hit of the game. She's now 3 for 4. And the Mustangs have the tying run on base. A big moment here. Rylan Kelly. Right away going over to Denny Wonsick. Rylan Kelly, she scored twice in this game. She's 2 for 3 with a strikeout, a single, and she doubled her last time up. And first pitch to Rylan Kelly is just inside for ball 1. Pressure is on now here on the Shippensburg Greyhounds. Taylor Lufer over at first base. She represents the tying run. Rylan Kelly, 1-0. Swing, grounder over to third, a long throw, and that's it! Shippensburg finds a way to come back and takes this one on the road. It is a 5-4 final, a heartbreaker here for the West Prairie Lady Mustangs. We'll be right back in a minute for the West Prairie Athletic Park post-game report. The Shippensburg Greyhounds win a thriller here, 5-4 for their 2nd win of the year. We'll be back in a minute for the post-game wrap-up here at West Prairie High School. We are back here now for the West Prairie Athletic Party post-game report. As you can see on the top of your screen, the Shippensburg Greyhounds with a thrilling win, 5-4, getting three runs in the top of the seventh inning when they were down by 2. And the Shippensburg Greyhounds win a thriller here at West Prairie High School. A heartbreaker here for the Lady Mustangs. Definitely not the ideal way for the Lady Mustangs to start their season, but hey, it's only the first week. It was only the first 2 games, so there's still loads of season left to be played for the West Prairie Lady Mustangs as they now prepare for Chase Buchanan on Monday for their first road game of the year. And that ought to be a good one with the 2 teams that were expected to finish in the last 2 spots in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. Could be a fun one over at Mercersburg on April Fool's Day on Monday. Here's the final line score for both teams for the for the Shippensburg Greyhounds. 5 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, leaving 8 runners left on base. For the West Prairie Mustangs, 4 runs on 9 hits, 3 errors, leaving 5 runners left on base. The winning pitcher for the Shippensburg Greyhounds is Riley Mullen. Riley Mullen came in the 5th inning. She pitched 3 innings, facing 12 batters, had 4 strikeouts, gave up 1 walk and 2 hits, and only 1 run, but it was unearned. Riley Mullen with the win for the Shippensburg Greyhounds as the relief pitcher. The losing pitcher for West Prairie is Addie Wiest, now 0 for 2 on the year. Addie Wiest pitched for 3 innings, facing 16 batters, had 4 strikeouts, but gave up 1 walk, 5 hits, and 3 earned runs, all in the 7th inning. Our West Prairie Athletic Department player of the game goes to the player who won it, basically, for the Shippensburg Greyhounds. Annalise Musser, the number 6 hitter for the Shippensburg Greyhounds on the lineup. She had a 2-run double in the 7th inning to give the Shippensburg Greyhounds the 5-4 win. And she is our West Prairie Athletic Department player of the game. The West Prairie Mustangs now drop to 0-2 on the year and 0-2 in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. The Mustangs will hit the road for the first time on Monday when they take on Chase Buchanan over at Mercersburg. The starting pitch scheduled for 4:15. For the Shippensburg Greyhounds, they snap a 2-game losing streak and go even at 2 wins and 2 losses, now even at 1 win and 1 loss in the Mid-Penn Conference Colonial Division. The Shippensburg Greyhounds will return home on Monday where they take on their biggest rival in the division, the Big Spring Bulldogs. Big Spring at Shippensburg on Monday at 4 o'clock. That's always a big game whenever those 2 schools get together for any athletic contest, really. That's always a big rivalry in the Mid-Penn Conference. Our next broadcast here on the West Prairie Athletic Party YouTube channel will be Monday, April 1st. That's got to be a fun broadcast for us on April Fool's Day for the home opener for the West Prairie Baseball Mustangs when West Prairie Baseball takes on the James Buchanan Rockets Monday, April 1st at 4:30. You do not want to miss that broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have some fun for April Fool's Day edition of West Prairie Baseball at 4:30 Monday afternoon. That's going to do for us here at West Prairie High School. On behalf of our athletic director, Ryan Anderson, our high school principal Christopher Casey, and our superintendent Jeff Coons, and all of us here at West Prairie High School, I am Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of West Prairie Athletics, saying so long from West Prairie High School. This has been a presentation of West Prairie softball against the Shippensburg Greyhounds, exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Department YouTube channel. Your final score on this one, the Greyhounds win it 5-4 in a thriller in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division. Good night, everybody, and have a happy Easter weekend. Good night, everybody.